It's okay. It's okay. She's not even in family court anymore. Family court's where they send you to make your bones and do your come up. Everyone goes there. So it's not like a favorite place for judges. But that doesn't give them the right to treat people like dogs. Because I'm a man and I'm a black man, this little Chinese lady used every stereotype that she could think of that did not fit me. She's getting this info from your mom just like you are. So now, I don't find out you're in college, in Spelman, until well into your freshman year. I didn't know it. I wasn't involved in your thought process, your selection process. I'm your dad. Excluding me from that is like a crime beyond humanity. It's just disgusting that your mother was so hell-bent to not include me. We'll talk with your dad, let him know what you think and see what his thoughts are on schools, on this, because the entire goal and the entire plan was this alienation of me, of us, between us, Kiara, and like whatever your dad thinks just doesn't matter. And it's work. But you're 24 now, honey, so like I say, I don't blame you and fault you, but as you start to hear these facts, and they are facts, and they are all documented facts, historical facts, no alternative facts here. As you hear it, honey, you gotta have to like woman up. Can't say man up because you're my daughter, my little mama. I adore you, Kiara, but you gotta come on. So now, if I'm not communicated with for the half of the junior year and all of the senior year and into college, for your mother to say in that message, that diatribe of disgusting lies and delusional fantasies, that I wasn't involved when she's the one that excluded me, is just really whack. Okay? And now for her to say, you never sent a care package, you never sent her $100 for gas, blah, blah. Let's break that down a few different ways. Kiara, once I found out where you are and we spoke, I know you remember speaking with your dad. You remember how emotional I had to try to keep cool because I hadn't spoke to you for so long, and I'm finding out you're in Spelman. You're all the way down there in Georgia by yourself. You don't have a car yet. You didn't have your license. And I was like, how would she send you down there with no license, no car, and you're doing Uber for your stuff and this and that? It just seems to me that the plan would have been a little better including your dad, not excluding me, and then as the pressure and everything mounts, see, look, he didn't do anything to help you. I was not included or spoken to. That was the beginning. Well, it wasn't the beginning because this is what was done for all the years of your life, but I fought it. I went to court, I fought it. And I was given joint everything. I was evaluated, everything come back unfounded. All of this is just disgusting. So now, I'm seeing in 2025, and I'm reading these words that your mother's saying, and it's basically her manifesto, what her thoughts are, and clearly it's what your thoughts are. And it's just very clear. This alienation syndrome is in effect. She keeps hinting that you're having some issues. She put in that message, do we have mental issues in my family? And she wants me to connect you with your aunt, Clara, so that, to find out about mental issues? This is what we call projection, my psych major. Oh, then she also mentioned that in the video, and I said, I know you know what, and it was a psychological term, I don't know which one, and I said, and I know you're smart, you know what that is. She mentioned that I'm talking to you like you're a child. She wants to tell me how to talk to you. She wants to control. It's the reason why we were not going to cohabitate. But I was never out of your life. But because I didn't want to cohabitate with your mom, she's alienated you, have you thinking all of this garbage, which she wrote in her message. It's disgusting. Like, I read it, and this is why I don't read them when I get them, because it'll change my whole everything. Since she's saying, I never sent you anything. As soon as we spoke, I sent you packages, I sent you money, and then after about the third time around, you wanted money to get some braids, the box braids, and I sent you that. Might have been 300. Whatever it was, honey, I didn't have it, but I got it for you. And my point is, I'm your dad and I adore you. So to have your mother saying that, this is what she's clearly saying. Sometimes people don't need what you are offering, especially if you haven't given it to them for 24 years. That's your mom talking as a frustrated woman, a scorned woman. That's not facts. That's not what happened. You never sent her a care package of food, of $100 for gas, or any tuition. How does one send money for tuition when one does not know that his daughter is in college? Because you blocked me out of everything. Explain that, Kiara's mom. Explain it to Kiara. You don't have to explain it to me. If I was excluded, how was I to be involved? So then you get under pressure and you decide to hit me up. What are you prepared to do for Kiara's education? This is the first I'm hearing of it, because I've been blocked since a junior year of high school. But you want no accountability for that. You take no accountability for that. You keep running your scam and your story and your narrative. And it's only because I, Robert Michael Boyce Jr., refuse to stop fighting to see my daughter and have a relationship with my daughter, despite all of your alienation syndrome tactics and things that you've done. Kiara's mom, I'm still here. Jesus Christ riding the donkey into Jerusalem. Today is the day it's celebrated. Last week I went into the precinct to try to have them do a wellness check on my daughter, because I don't know where she is, what's going on. And it was under great duress and stress, because when I go out there, and I've been out there, the lies and the things that are said, etc. So I had a discussion with the officer. He was very professional, and it's all recorded, and he let me know there's a restraining order still in effect. And well, I'm glad to know that. You know, I made it clear to him, I'm glad to know that, because had we done the wellness check with that and they didn't know that, it would have been an issue. So I'm very disgusted, of course, to hear that, but at the same time, I know what it is. So I left. But it could have went an entirely different way, Kiara. And the point is, why do I have to enter the lion's den and risk so much to see you and want to be in your life, Kiara? I've been doing this. And then I was in the exact spot where your mother bust me in the head with her shoe while I was holding you when we did a drop off. Miss Lenore was right there with me. We were dating at the time. Miss Lenore fell in love with me because she saw how much your mother was abusing me, and all I was doing was fighting to be in your life. That's part of why she fell in love with me. It was ridiculous, insane how hell-bent your mom was to stop me from seeing you and being with you. And what I want you to understand, based on this disgusting this is one of a few messages, it's very clear that this is the mentality, this is what y'all are thinking, and I don't care what she thinks, Kiara, but the fact that you have adopted and absorbed this process is very troubling. And one last thing. My last video, which I did, Microcosm, and I described my experience at the Pope dealing with sending you a package for your birthday and for Christmas, and how I sent it, certified, return receipt, blah, blah, blah. It didn't arrive. I'm going back and forth with the post office, and they're saying, sir, why don't you just ask your daughter if she got it? I'm trying to explain to them I can't do that, and that's why I did what I did and paid what I paid to make sure. And then we finally, a month later, I got a card with a scratch signature. So I called them back, and they're saying, no, it was delivered because the GPS says the package was there. Okay. Part of that gift was Macy's gift card. I also sent my beautiful niece and nephew, and they're beautiful children, my great niece and nephew. You have family, Kiara. Anyway, I sent a gift card for them as well, and some other gifts. I say that to say, I never got a thank you. I never got anything. That's status quo all of these years. We know and understand that doesn't happen. For years, I sent packages and money, and I don't even get a thank you. And even your mother's supposed to have you thank me, regardless of how she feels about me. Thank you, Dad, for this. And that one would think that you would know to do that. But again, I'm not faulting you, Kiara, because you were trained to think this way from a young age. But you're 24, going to be 25, God willing, going to be 100, God willing. My beautiful daughter. But you got to start thinking for yourself. So, Kiara, I say that to say, see those flashing lights in New York City, you got to look up because you never know what's going on. Anyway, I say that to say, I hope you're smiling, honey. I say that to say, honey, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's John 3:16. You'll see that John 3:16 on shirts, on signs, at games. People will have it up. Yes. So Palm Sunday, to come full circle, Palm Sunday is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ entering Jerusalem, despite all of the risk, despite all of the peril, which ultimately led to his betrayal and his death, only to lead to his resurrection, as prophesied. Kiara, I can't keep going through these lengths to see my daughter. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to reach out to your dad. I had a message that I wanted them to give you. I told the officer I don't need to come, but I just want to give my daughter this message. And sorry, I went up the block and around the corner. It's now from December. It's now April. I just checked if the card was ever used, the gift card. Because I said, well, let me at least check and make sure, hopefully Kiara used the card. The gift card that I sent with $200 on it has never been used. So I say to myself, well, if someone from the post office stole it, they're going to use it. That's the whole point of why they went to steal it. Their thief going to use the card. Then I said to myself, what 24-year-old girl got $200 sitting in Macy's? I know my little mama and her taste. You're either going to go in there and get some Sephora, or you're going to go in there and find some funky shoes, or you're going to make it happen with that little $200. But it's with love from your dad. It hasn't been cast. So now I come to the realization and the understanding, some of the reasons why you're not thanking me for my gifts is because you're not getting them, Kiara. You're not getting my gifts. That's what we're doing. It's to that extent. So I sent your mom a lot of message back when this was happening. Hi, I sent Kiara some gifts. Could you please just let me know if she got the gifts? Please let me know if she's all right. This is what I've been dealing with, and I have all my messages just to see if you're all right. And then if I send gifts and I get no response, and then I went through all those hoops with the post office, it was a perfect storm of obstructing me from getting to you or speaking with my child, which was why I called it a microcosm then because it was a microcosm of what I've been dealing with for the 24 years. And now I find out it's never been used, which means you never got it. So they're intercepting your gifts and your packages and then saying out loud and have you thinking your dad never sends you anything, your dad never gives you anything. It's a travesty. Kiara's mom, what you're doing to Kiara, what you're doing to Kiara and her dad. And now you're projecting. Do I and my family have mental health issues? This thing is not normal. You can't cut me off, go through the whole process for 2 years, selecting college, going to college, getting college, and not have one conversation with the father of the child, and then say, you're not doing anything for her, and what are you going to do for her college? Like, the way you go about things, that's the other part. The audacity of how you move. You move so calculated and sloppy and just nasty. To say that I'm not doing anything and you know that you're blocking it. To say that I'm not sending anything and you're intercepting it. So I just found out. So I think I'm going to name this video Microcosm 2. But actually I want to name it Palm Sunday, because that's what this is really all about, Kiara. On Palm Sunday, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, entered Jerusalem knowing that the climate was very tenuous for him and unsafe and just uncomfortable. But he fulfilled prophecy, and that's what this glorious Holy Week represents, culminating with the resurrection. And I'm still putting myself in peril, reaching out to you, my love. Well, I'm not doing it anymore because the officer clarified what the situation is with that. So I won't be doing it anymore, Kiara. I have no alternative but to pray that you get my information. This is what I wanted to do. I'm going to read the note that I had for the note that I had that I wanted to leave for you. And of course I don't see it here. Blah, la, 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 la. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it was just basically, hey Kiara, here's my information. So it's Daddy Kiara's at Gmail. This is the webpage, obviously. So I mean the YouTube page. So if you find Kiara's dad, Daddy Kiara's, you found this, you found me. It had my phone number, my info, and I was just basically saying, honey, it's been too long. Please reach out to your dad. Okay, and I gave that to the officer, but, you know, he couldn't accept it, and that was, you know, the message there. It's with this restraining order, everything becomes so ugly. But now that I've been informed by them, no problems here. Honey, I'm disabled. I have days I can hardly walk. There's a lot going on with your dad. And your mother sent me a message. Why don't I go back to why am I still not working? Like, you don't know anything about me, my life, my anything. All you know is you'll do anything to keep Kiara away from her dad. And all I know is, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Oh, and another thing, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I love you, Kiara. You gotta come on. You really gotta come on. Don't let anyone fool you anymore. And if you're in peril, if you're in danger, if you're under duress, you're having whatever issues or whatever, this is the time to reach out to your dad. Kiara, let me help you. Like all my messages say, let me help you. I'm your dad. I adore you. I'm here. Stop believing people saying you're not there, and you know darn well that you blocked me out. How did I even find out? I found out you're already in Georgia, my big girl, all by herself. I knew nothing, and you all know that. So to say that, to blatantly put that in writing, and that's defamation, but it's also just disgusting. And it shows in 2025, this is what your story is you're selling to our daughter. You're still selling this and pumping this in 2025. That could have been a message from 24 years ago, because that's the kind of stuff she was talking, despite all of how well I treated everyone until I couldn't anymore. Happy Palm Sunday, my beautiful daughter. Didn't know I was going to go this long. But apparently you don't even know about this page. But you need to know about it because there's a lot of fun stuff with us on here. It's not about what you heard, honey. Find out for yourself. That's for everything. I love you, Kiara. God bless you, my love. Happy Palm Sunday.